All right. Do you have any thoughts on this one, Yamira?
I'm just looking at um, the fact that it says the maximum total utility is assured in a pure free market economy, but it could be achieved with other types of economies. And then I also wasn't sure about when they said highly controlled economy. I'm like, okay, well, is that the same as pure free market? I don't know. I wasn't connecting with this one.
Right. No, it's all right. Katie, can you go ahead and explain can you read this? Actually, Cora, will you read the stimulus to us or and break it down sentence by sentence?
Okay, so given the law of supply and demand, maximum total utility is assured only, and that to me is where I started diagramming, because I'm like, only brings in our necessary and a pure free market.
Okay.
So
yeah, oh, sorry. You're right. I'll let you do work. I'm sorry.
okay, so we know that maximum total utility, and then I put an arrow, means that you are in a pure free market economy. So that's what I first wrote out. And then so although other types of economies might be able to achieve it. So for me, that's just saying it wasn't part of because there's no end or anything like that. So that's just kind of thrown in there. It doesn't have to be part of your necessary. So then obviously, then a country that has highly controlled economy, and so then I started thinking about that. I'm like, nowhere in our previous premise did we ever see highly controlled economy. It said other types of economies might be able to achieve it. So then it says highly controlled economy and is not trying to bring about a pure free market. Okay, so I remember that from our top part. So they're negating pure free market is not acting in the way that is most likely to bring about maximum. So they negated that whole part without properly reversing it, but also inputted in an end has to have highly controlled economy, which is not part of our premise.
Excellent. I have a question though. So, when it says that I'm so sorry for giving you guys this question. I'm just laughing at what the answer is going to be. But okay, so I have a question about your necessary and sufficient conditions though, because if we have maximum total utility, it says is assured only. So what does that mean? So that means that if you have a pure free economy, right? That means you're definitely going to have maximum total utility, right? Because this says is assured, so this is guaranteed.
Right. So maximum, yes, then free market economy.
And then we have, but then other economies potentially could achieve this, correct? There could be other ways to get there. But then it says that we have this highly controlled economy that is not trying to bring about. So like this at least helps us where we know that a highly controlled economy is not a purely free economy. So that's helpful. Is not acting in the way that is most likely to bring about maximum total utility. Well, what is the most likely way to bring it about? What's the only assured way?
Pure free market economy.
Yeah, so where's the flaw here then? If it's not acting in the most likely way.
This is where I'm like, I don't know the flaw, but I know what it is. I don't know the name.
I don't think any of you know the flaw actually.
Really?
So because we're saying a country that has a highly controlled economy is not acting in a way that is most likely. Because what is the most likely way?
To be
is a pure free.
Right. So then why can we not say that a highly controlled market? Because if you are not a pure free market, or sorry, that's so why can we not say then that a highly controlled economy is not the most likely way to bring about that MTU, because we know that the most likely way is this. All right, go ahead and put your answer in the chat.
Okay. Yeah. This thing is trying to bring about a condition that will not ensure the achievement of an end.
Okay, so it actually wasn't what I thought it was going to be, which is fine. I thought it was going to be like, how do we know that the law of supply and demand is the way that we get to it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because I was
I
like,
was gonna predict, but it actually wasn't what it was, because we're like, well, who's to say that the law of demand is the only way to like establish this? Anyways, that wasn't the flaw. So, okay, so C is wrong, but it's wrong because it says fails to consider that the way most likely to achieve something may not be the only way. We actually say in here that although other types of economies might be able to achieve it, so we don't fail to consider that. And then, so everyone switched to C. Okay, but Cora, why did you go from A to D? So let's start with A.
So A was like, I first read it, and if you notice, like I put A, like, it was my first answer because I was like, that's it. But then I was like, okay, let me read through the rest. And because A, all right, so assumes that any country that does not have a pure free market economy has a highly controlled economy. I think just reading it, I was like, it felt like it was what we predicted. But then I started thinking, okay, this is where I get slow, and I'm like, okay, that any country that does not have a pure, so
are we assuming that if you do not have a pure free market,
yeah,
then you have a highly controlled economy? Like, we don't do that. We don't think
right. And that's what I did is I looked back down at my diagram.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have a free market economy, then you don't have maximum total utility. Is the would have been a correct reverse negating of that one. So then I was looking through because I was like, okay, that's it didn't do it right. And then I saw D assumes that trying to bring about a condition that will ensure the achievement of an end must always be the way most likely to achieve that end. It's not like I loved it, but then I was like, it just felt.
All right, so let's think of an example of this is.
I didn't like E. Put it that way. I didn't like E.
No, it's definitely D. And Katie had it originally, and I was just trying to like get her to put it more into words. So think about something that would guarantee. Okay, so maybe if I win an Olympic gold medal, I am guaranteed to be a millionaire. Could there be other ways to become a millionaire?
Yes.
Could there be another way that isn't guaranteed, that actually, like maybe it's going to law school? That, yeah, like me going to law school doesn't guarantee that I'm going to be a millionaire, but I'm still more likely to have a chance to being this millionaire. Oh, instead of the Olympics, what if we say winning the lottery? Here we go.
Yeah.
If I win the lottery, I will become a millionaire. Are there other ways that I can become a millionaire?
Well, how about this? Winning the lottery, I mean, what if you only win $2?
True. But in this situation, if I win the lottery, I'm guaranteed to become a millionaire. Okay. Like,
Okay, so you're saying you actually won Powerball.
yes, the only assured way to become a millionaire is if you win the lottery. Like that is the assured. If you do it, you for sure are a
Yeah,
millionaire.
there's so many other ways, like actual hard working and saving,
yes,
having a
am I
401k.
more likely to go to law school and be hardworking and become a millionaire, or to win the lottery?
You have a higher chance of actually becoming a millionaire by your chances are hardworking, saving, and
Going to law
become
school, right? Or whatever that is. Yes. So do we see why
then your chances are like 1 in a million to actually win a lottery that big anyways.
Excellent. So can we see why D is the correct answer?
That one was more of a process of elimination because
Oh,
once I got
100%.
past A, I didn't like the rest of them except for D.
Did you know that right away, Katie, when you read it?
I mean, that's what I was thinking because in my head, I was like, okay, I substituted pure free market for like capitalist versus communist. And I was trying to say, like, okay, well, a communist society can still be like successful or can still like achieve maximum utility. It doesn't have to be trying to be a capitalist society to like achieve it. It's just more likely in that way. And so I knew that like it had to be something along the lines of there's other ways to achieve it. And then between the two, I was like, okay, which one is a little more generic? But I should have gone with the stronger one. D was the stronger one. I don't know why I switched to C because I thought it was more all encompassing, but I should have, D was stronger. It's a flaw question. I should have gone the stronger answer. But I totally see it. And now I'm just mad that I swapped. But yeah, it's great. It fits it perfectly.